I need some bread. Not just any bread. I need a good, fluffy sandwich bread. And not just fluffy, extra fluffy. The only way I know how to achieve that is with potato bread. We're going to be using this bread in a future episode that I'm super excited about. So let's get after it. Let's start off with our ingredients. To start with, we've got one large russet potato that we'll make mashed potatoes out of. We're going to end up using 105 grams of mashed potatoes for this recipe. We've got 280 grams of whole milk that we'll warm to 95 degrees Fahrenheit, 15 grams of instant yeast, 50 grams of white granulated sugar, 260 grams of all-purpose flour, 260 grams of bread flour, 12 grams of diamond crystal kosher salt, 3 large eggs at room temperature, 63 grams of softened unsalted butter, 1 additional egg, and a splash of whole milk. We gotta make our mashed potatoes. What we're gonna do is peel and quarter our potato, drop them in a pot of cold water and set it to high heat, bring it to a boil and let it boil for 15 minutes. Start mashing the potatoes with a hand masher into the creamy consistency you want. Normally, you would add milk and butter to mashed potatoes, but all of that's gonna be in the bread already, so we're just gonna add that later on in the dough. Let's heat up our milk to 95 degrees Fahrenheit. To this, we will add our yeast and give it a nice stir and set aside for 8 minutes to prime the yeast. Are you still cooking without a kitchen thermometer? Or are you using one of those cheap analog thermometers that are super inaccurate and give you bad results? If so, then you need to look into one of these ThermoPro Lightnings. This is a high quality instant read thermometer. It's going to give you an accurate temperature reading no matter what you're cooking within 1 second. I've used a bunch of different instant read thermometers throughout the years, and I gotta say this ThermoPro Lightning is the best one I've used. It's high quality, it's durable, waterproof, and it's capable of handling any tough kitchen task, just like I did today, knowing right when to pitch the yeast based on the temperature of the milk. If I would have added it too hot, it would have killed the yeast. If I would have added it when the milk was too cold, it wouldn't have risen properly. It's magnetized on the back so it sits right on your refrigerator. Trust me, this ThermoPro Lightning is a game changer, an absolute winner, and a no-brainer. Click on the link I've shared in the description below and type in code FIREFERMENT20 to get 20% off your very own ThermoPro Lightning. You will not regret it, I promise. Next, grab a stand mixer bowl and add the flour, sugar, and salt. Give this a nice whisk to combine. Put it in the stand mixer fitted with the dough hook attachment and put it on low speed. To this, add your primed yeast mixture and your mashed potatoes, along with 1 large egg and 2 egg yolks at room temperature. Let this mix on low speed until incorporated. Once this is incorporated, slowly add in the softened unsalted butter. Let it continue to knead on low to medium speed for 5 minutes. Grease up a large bowl and drop the dough into the bowl. Place a damp tea towel over the top and place in a cool oven with the light on to let it ferment for 30 to 60 minutes until doubled. Once doubled, punch the dough down and plop it out onto a lightly floured work surface. Divide it into 2 equal portions. Shape each portion like so. Bring the edges to the center, then shape it against the counter into a loaf. We'll do this same maneuver with the other loaf. Grease 2 loaf pans and drop the loaves into the pans and pat them down. Get some plastic wrap laid out and ready. You'll want to grease this up with cooking spray. Wrap and cover the pans. Let these rise in a cool oven with the light on for another 30 to 60 minutes until doubled. Once doubled, take them out. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Prepare an egg wash consisting of 1 egg and a splash of whole milk and whisk this together. Paint the tops of the risen loaves with the egg wash. Bake at 350 for 30 minutes or a bit more until the tops are golden brown. Once golden brown on top, remove from the oven. Turn the loaves out onto a wire rack to cool. Optional but recommended, brush the tops with brown butter. Next up, slice in and enjoy. Eat it by itself, can't go wrong. Turn it into toast, make sandwiches, make French toast, make bread pudding, whatever you want to do. This turned out great. It's nice and soft, just as I was going for. The crust is nice and flaky and buttery. The brown butter topping really makes a big difference. Give this recipe a try and let me know what you think in the comments. Keep an eye out for a future video where we're going to be using this bread as a base for smoked beef cheeks and kimchi. I can't wait. That is how we make potato bread at Fire and Ferment. If you like this type of content and you want to see more of it, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and click on that little bell icon so you don't miss any new content. I love you guys, and stick around.